Chapter 2, Day 2, 12 o'clock. Our son is dead, Zane. I raise my voice a bit aggressively at him. He looks down before looking back up at me with a scoff. Yeah, you're not wrong, but how is it even my fault? He died because of you. Max was saving you. He pushes me back, his finger over my heart, his stance strong and protective. Look, feel how you want about that whole situation, but Ruben is in danger and it's on our hands to fix it. I growl back, stepping backward, and he lays his arm at his side once again. Yeah, you, better get home. Harlow mutters, his voice quiet, and I agree, nodding and turning out the door, heading out to my car. The drive is long and I'm tired, but I barely make it home, walking up the stairs to my room. When I lay in my bed, this feeling of loneliness crosses me, and I realize how much I miss my old life. I miss the memories of Max coming into our room and complaining he had a nightmare, begging for me to put him back to bed. Now Harlow is distant, Max is gone, and Ruben ignores me. That's when the thought appears. What have I been doing with my life? 6:25. An alarm blasts in my ear, and I get ready and step out of my room. Ruben seems surprised to see me. Why are you up? I walk. Remember? I nod. I'm taking you today, for your safety and because we're checking out the school today. Ruben looks confused. I'm sorry. We're? Me, Harlow, and Cricket. His face flashes with anger. Harlow? You still work with him? I roll my eyes and rub my forehead. Yes, I know you don't have a good relationship with your father, but Ruben cuts me off. He is not my father. With a sigh, I grab his backpack off the railing and hand it to him. Sorry, but that's how it's going to be for a while. He's still the chief of police, Ruben. When we both get into the car, Ruben looks down at his feet. You know, I heard some kids talking weird about Amara yesterday. I look over at him for a second before my eyes snap back at the road. Oh, you did? Do you know them at all? Ruben scoffs, looking somewhat guilty. Yeah, nasty kids. They're all pervs and just disgusting in general. Ew. What terrible sounding kids. But in the long run, I must always ask if it's okay to speak to them. Would you mind if I spoke to them? Ruben laughs and pulls his backpack onto the chair, and he rolls his eyes. Hell yeah. Get him out of here. I'm surprised by his reaction. Usually he shows me away. But it's comforting to hear him chuckle at me, even shoot me a smile, occasionally. All right then. At your service, Ruben. I laugh, and we pull up to school. I spot Harlow and Cricket already standing in front of the building. All right, bud. You head on in, and we'll be just in the building for a bit. Ruben nods and enters the building, cheerfully waving goodbye. Well, looks like he's gotten better, huh? Mabel smiles and pats me on the shoulder. Much better. I smile, and we enter the main office to the school. Code and police, we're here to investigate the school. We have permission from the head principal of the school. Harlow was the first to address us as usual. Yes, sir. May I see your badges? Just policy. The secretary smiles awkwardly, reaching her hand out, and all three of us place our badges in her hand. All right, that checks out. You can head on in. Thank you. She smiles, and we all walk past her. Halls are filled with laughter and yelling of many students. They all walk around with joy in their step. A wave of happiness hits me. It's as if it's contagious. All the teens laughing hits me hard in my heart. It reminds me of taking Max to school. Estelle. Harlow lays a hand on my shoulder. It's going to be rough talking to all these kids. It's going to be okay, though. You got that? I nod. Despite our times, there was still a look of love that came back to his eyes. We split up and walk around the hallways. I ask a teacher if I could get permission to wait outside of the classroom, and they tell me I can. While waiting, a couple conversations strike my interest. None worth interrogating. I sit for a while longer. Nothing happens, but eventually the halls get quiet. But there's a scream down the hallway. Gun! At the exact same time, Mabel and Harlow run towards me, and I enter the classroom next to me by command. And loud booms fill my eardrums. You all have to get out of here now. The students begin to file out, each running to the door along with the teacher. You all stay out here. I direct them to a hidden door in the school, and they stay put as I said. Loud bangs still ring out around the school, but most of the classrooms have been evacuated. But all I hope is that Ruben is still at school and okay. Put it down! I hear Mabel scream from the inside, and I run in hopes to find her. Mabel sits in a corner with Harlow beside her. I don't think I can do this. Harlow looks into her eyes deeply and hugs her, muttering reassuring things to her, and they both get up, searching for the school shooter. I sit in the corner, a tear streams down my face. Police are supposed to be brave. We aren't scared of anything. We're supposed to be fearless. But right now, I fear everything. Memories of Max come flooding back again like a freight train, and the sound of guns sends chills through my spine over and over. Okay, Estelle, you're going to make it. But I can't. I know the longer I sit here and do nothing, the more lives are in danger. Everyone, please stay here and do not move for your own safety. I instruct this here class and teacher, and I run out into the hallways towards the sound of gunshots. My vision is blurred by tears, but I can't let it get worse from now, not ever. Stay there! I yell at the figure in the hallway, wiping the tears from my eyes, and I look up. My eyes meet the eyes of the killer. There, the teen stood, angry, a terrifying stare plastered onto his pale face. Please, put it down. I lower my gun to the ground, but he raises his. I've never felt more fear than now. I'm not even supposed to be scared. That's not who Estelle is. Or at least, I thought. Kid, drop the gun now. Harlow stands behind me with his gun held high, and the shooter doesn't back off. Make me. My eyes widen and Harlow runs forward, tackling the killer. 3 shots go off. No! Harlow! I scream, using my full lung capacity and run up to him. The teen lay, dead. Harlow, are you alright? My eyes run around the school, scanning for Mabel as I help Harlow up. Estelle, Harlow spits out words and I shush him. All that matters is that most of these kids are okay. We need to get back up and everyone else gathered up. I click the buttons on my radio. 63. We need backup at Caroline High. 15 casualties. Shooting. I turn my radio off, and me and Harlow find our way outside. It's gloomy and clouds over the sky and a grieving blanket that covers the city. Hot tears begin streaming down my face once again. My vision blurred up. Mabel! I call out desperately, and I find her limping around the corner of the building. Holy crap, it's such a mess in there. God, I hate it in there. Mabel seems just as distressed as I am as she finds her way to all the classes that are gathered behind the large school. A few minutes pass and backup arrives, attending to the crying students and worried teachers that all stand together outside. We have to go back in. Harlow looks at me and Mabel worried. Why? We got everyone out, did we not? And the medical crew is already in there taking care of the students. Mabel's voice is shaky, her eyes wide and blank. I nod, looking around at the classes, but I don't catch sight of Ruben. Oh. I begin to look around faster, taking note of every student, double-checking every class. What happened, Estelle? Mabel's worry is shifted from Harlow's comment to my frantic searching. Ruben's not here. They both stare at me. Into the school now! Harlow directs some of the other officers inside. I begin to walk around the school, endlessly searching in a panic. Ruben's not here. Why isn't he here? What the hell? Ruben! I scream, and there's no response to follow my desperate plea. Well, my head spins around, hoping to find him. I catch sight of a wolf with a sheep in its mouth. Gone within seconds once my eyes land on it. Ruben, please! I scream again, pushing the thought of the wolf to the side. My feet carry me faster around the school in a panic. I still can't find him. Found him! I hear an officer call, and I run back to the entrance of the building. Mabel leads me to the bathroom, but when I enter, I stand there shocked, eyes wide. Ruben stands over a body, gun in hand, blood smeared over his shirt. Ruben! I mutter, and Ruben responds in panic. There were 2 shooters. I swear it wasn't me. I had to. He was going to shoot me. And the other officers look at each other skeptically. Ruben, sweetheart, you better be telling the truth. He looks at me, a single tear running down his cheek, but all I see is my baby boy in his eyes, nothing else. One officer nods, and Harlow comes over to me. We must interrogate him, Estelle. I'm sorry, but it's just the rules. He could be a subject. I look down at the floor, but I nod. Can we at least wait till tomorrow? My voice is shaky.